Psychology shows that people with few or no friends often possess an extremely low tolerance for inauthenticity. They simply cannot stand being around individuals who wear masks, engage in gossip, manipulate others, or put on performances instead of being real. As self-awareness increases through personal growth, reflection, or life experiences, the brain's radar for fake behavior becomes highly sensitive. Studies on emotional intelligence and authenticity confirm that greater self-knowledge dramatically reduces patience for superficial or deceptive interactions. These individuals would rather spend time completely alone than sit through forced, shallow conversations where no one is truly present. In most social circles, people smile politely to your face while secretly judging, backstabbing, or hiding their true intentions. Their intuition picks up on these inconsistencies instantly. Micro-expressions, inconsistent stories, hidden agendas, or insincere compliments all register as red flags. This isn't paranoia, it's a protective mechanism developed from observing human behavior closely. By keeping their circle extremely small or empty, they safeguard their mental and emotional peace. They refuse to waste energy on relationships built on lies or pretense. Solitude feels far more peaceful and honest than surrounding themselves with people who drain them emotionally. This preference for authenticity over quantity stems from a deep value system. They prioritize realness, integrity, and mutual respect above social convenience or popularity. In a society that often rewards surface-level networking and performative friendliness, this stance can make them appear distant or aloof. However, it is actually a sign of inner strength and clarity. They understand that fake connections erode self-respect and create unnecessary stress. Choosing to walk away from inauthentic dynamics allows them to preserve their energy for things that truly matter: personal growth, meaningful pursuits, or simply enjoying their own company without compromise. Over time, this selectivity often leads to higher quality relationships when genuine people do enter their life, because those rare connections are built on trust and depth rather than convenience. People with few or no friends are not avoiding relationships altogether, they are deliberately avoiding shallow, surface-level ones. Research in personality psychology highlights that individuals with deeper cognitive and emotional processing styles strongly prefer quality over quantity in their social bonds. They find small talk excruciating. Conversations about the weather, weekend plans, or casual gossip feel empty and pointless because nobody truly listens or connects. If a discussion lacks substance, intellectual stimulation, or emotional honesty, they disengage completely. These people crave talks about big ideas: psychology, human motivations, life's meaning, philosophy, personal growth, or the mysteries of existence. Superficial chit-chat drains them because it offers no real value or connection. Instead of forcing friendships that feel hollow, they choose solitude until something authentic appears. This isn't arrogance, it's a natural outcome of how their mind works. They process information on multiple levels, seeking patterns, truths, and deeper understanding in every interaction. Casual acquaintances rarely satisfy this need, so they invest energy only where real depth is possible. In a world obsessed with large friend groups and constant socializing, this approach can seem unusual or isolating, yet it reflects high standards. They want relationships where both parties can be vulnerable, challenged, and truly seen. Forcing connections just to avoid loneliness would feel like betrayal to their own values. Solitude becomes preferable because it allows space for introspection, creativity, and self-exploration without the exhaustion of pretending interest. When they do find someone who matches their wavelength, someone willing to dive into profound topics without judgment, the bond becomes exceptionally strong and rewarding. These rare, high-quality friendships often last longer and provide more fulfillment than dozens of casual ones. Their preference for depth protects them from emotional burnout and ensures that any relationship they form is meaningful and reciprocal. Ultimately, this trait reveals a rich inner life and a commitment to authenticity that many people never develop. Some individuals have a naturally more sensitive nervous system, which makes social interactions far more energy-intensive than for the average person. Psychology refers to this as high social sensitivity or introversion with heightened emotional processing. Every conversation requires them to absorb and analyze multiple layers: words, tone, body language, unspoken emotions, and subtle cues. This deep processing burns significant mental and emotional energy even in positive settings. While extroverts often feel recharged by social contact, these people experience it as a cost. They give away energy rather than gaining it. After even moderate socializing, they need extended periods of complete solitude to recover and reset. This isn't dislike for people, it's biology. Their brain works harder during interactions, picking up nuances others miss and reflecting afterward. Without sufficient downtime, they become overwhelmed, irritable, or emotionally depleted. They conserve social energy like a limited resource, choosing interactions carefully to avoid overload. This trait explains why they might decline invitations or disappear after group events, not rudeness but self-care. In a culture that glorifies constant connectivity and busyness, this need for recovery can be misunderstood as antisocial behavior. However, it is simply how their system is wired. Solitude becomes essential for recharging, experiencing experiences, and maintaining emotional balance. During alone time, they restore energy through reading, hobbies, reflection, or quiet activities that feel nourishing. When they do engage socially, the interactions tend to be more intentional and meaningful because they only spend energy on what truly matters. This selectivity prevents burnout and preserves their capacity for genuine connection. Over time, this selectivity often leads to higher quality relationships when genuine people do enter their life, because those rare connections are built on trust and depth rather than convenience.
Many people with few or no friends exhibit remarkable independence and almost no reliance on external validation. Psychology describes this as low social dependency. They do not need others to feel worthy, entertained, motivated, or complete. They can occupy themselves for hours with books, projects, ideas, or creative pursuits, finding deep satisfaction in their own company. Problems get solved alone. Entertainment comes from within, and self-worth is rooted internally rather than in likes, compliments, or group approval. This self-sufficiency often makes them appear distant or unapproachable, but is actually a profound strength. They build their own rich inner world, complete with goals, routines, and sources of joy that do not depend on anyone else. Unlike those who constantly seek social feedback to feel good, these individuals generate their own motivation and emotional stability. Their standards for friendship are exceptionally high. They do not let just anyone into their personal space or share their vulnerabilities lightly. While many people collect acquaintances to fill time or boost status, they remain highly selective, granting access only to those who prove trustworthy and add real value. This independence protects them from toxic dynamics, codependency, or relationships based on convenience. It also fosters resilience. They handle life's challenges without crumbling if support is absent. In social settings, they may seem reserved because they do not perform for attention or chase approval. Their confidence comes from self-reliance, not external praise. This trait allows them to pursue passions deeply without distraction, leading to personal growth, creativity, and expertise in chosen areas. When friendships do form, they are based on mutual respect and genuine compatibility rather than neediness. These bonds tend to be healthier and more balanced because neither party depends excessively on the other. Low social dependency is empowering. It frees them from the anxiety of fitting in or pleasing everyone. They live authentically, guided by internal values rather than social pressure. In a world that often equates worth with popularity, this quiet independence stands out as mature self-mastery and emotional strength. A common thread among people with few or no friends is a history of experiences that shattered trust, betrayal by close ones, childhood neglect, repeated disappointments, or being surrounded by manipulative or unreliable people. Psychology explains that once trust is broken, the brain shifts into a protective mode. It becomes far more cautious, raising what experts call a trust threshold, a much higher bar that others must clear before being allowed close. They no longer grant trust quickly or easily. Instead, they observe behavior over time, test consistency, and watch for red flags like dishonesty, inconsistency, or selfishness. This vigilance is a learned survival strategy. Past pain taught them that opening up too soon can lead to hurt, exploitation, or emotional damage. They think twice or 10 times before sharing personal thoughts, vulnerabilities, or space with anyone new. This doesn't mean they are closed off forever. It means entry into their inner circle requires proof of reliability, respect, and authenticity. They may appear guarded or slow to warm up, but this caution preserves their emotional safety. In relationships, they prioritize actions over words, looking for long-term patterns rather than initial charm. If someone fails to meet the threshold through small lies, gossip, or inconsistency, they withdraw without hesitation. This selectivity filters out potential harm and ensures that those who do earn trust are truly deserving. Over time, this approach often results in fewer but far more solid connections. Past wounds, while painful, build wisdom. They learn to recognize genuine character early and avoid repeating old mistakes. The high trust threshold is not bitterness, it's maturity and self-protection. It allows them to heal from previous betrayals while remaining open to real, healthy bonds when the right person appears. Friends who pass this test often describe the relationship as exceptionally loyal and deep because it was earned slowly and deliberately. Ultimately, this trait transforms painful history into a powerful filter for quality over quantity in human connections.